okay, grow much of their food, and protect biodiversity. Okay. And protect biodiversity by preserving surrounding lands. By preserving, okay, surrounding lands. Okay. And also to mention that trees and plants and trees and plants adapted to the local climate. Okay, adapted to local climate, and soils. Okay, and soils are planted throughout the city. Okay. Planted basically to provide shade. Okay, to provide shade, a beauty, and wildlife. Okay. And wildlife habitats. And in this way, and reduce air pollution, noise, also noise pollution, okay, and soil erosion. Okay. And supposedly, of course, in this case, that to mention this point, that eco-cities serve residents okay, without regards, okay, to race, creed or creed, okay, income, or any other factors. Okay. Now, basically, this is not a real futuristic, but basically, there is quite a number of cities now around the world. I'm going to mention some of the example, okay? Now, to mention this point here. Okay? The eco-city model is not a futuristic dream. To mention this point here, the eco-city model is not a futuristic dream, but growing reality. Okay, sorry. To mention this, got now many U.S. cities are striving to become many U.S. Cities are to become more environmentally sustainable. This is environmentally, more environmentally, sustainable and livable. For example, including Portland, Oregon, Davis, California, Olympia, Washington, and Chattanooga. And also the last one here is Tennessee. Now also to give you example of the at the moment which considered also eco-city outside of the United States. Here. Now I'm going to give you example outside the United States. Or USA, include. Did you finish on this one? Or still someone needed? Okay, I'm going to put it here. Somebody let me know. This one, the cities are going to mention here. One of them called Cordoba in Brazil. Considered. The other one, Bogota in Colombia. The other one, Watikere city in New Zealand. Stockholm in Sweden. Helsinki in Finland. And also Copenhagen in Denmark. The other one is basically Melbourne, Australia. The one, okay, Vancouver, Canada. Okay, Leicester, England. And Amsterdam, Netherlands. Okay. Now, also to mention, okay, in this regard here, that EcoCity also plan for smart growth. Okay. And also to mention here, and to use, okay, a set of policies, okay, and tools that encourage more environmentally sustainable urban development, and tools that encourage more environmentally sustainable urban development. Okay. And also with less dependence on car. Okay. And basically, we want to talk to give you an example about what you call, we're going to use to describe the city as a concept here, to mention to you here, for example, the eco-city concepts. Okay. And in this case, I'm going to use basically basically of Cordoba in Brazil. And this we mention here Cordoba, which is basically in Brazil, okay, which is known as the ecological capital capital of Brazil, and basically which is a city of 3.2 million people. All right. And basically, the planning of the city almost started in 1969, to mention. So to mention this regard, in 1969, planners In this city, okay, decided, okay, to focus, okay, on an expensive, sorry, an expensive, efficient, okay, mass transit system. System, of course, as I mentioned, rather than on cars. Okay. And now it seems that this system, this transit system, almost moves, okay, okay, passengers, okay, mostly efficiently, almost for more than 70% of the population, oh, okay, including 72% of the commuters. Okay. Now I'm going to describe you basically how they look like. Sometimes they show a picture like this one here of some, basically of the eco-city concept, okay? And they mention even the high-rising building is organized to be where and so on, to mention this point here. Now, for example, in Cordoba, high-rise apartment buildings, for example, just to mention this, as Romeo took here, okay? Mention the high-rise apartment buildings, okay, are allowed near major bus routes, okay. Automation here basically are allowed only, okay, near major bus routes, okay, and also when they design and the bottom two floors of each building, okay, of each building, okay, must be devoted to stores. Okay. And of course they did this, okay, and just down here, basically so that basically they try to reduce people to travel long distances. That is the idea of it, to make sure, okay, okay, that the bottom two floors of each building must be devoted to stores, okay, and this reduce, okay, the need, Okay, for residents, okay, to travel, and also the cars, as a matter of fact, are banned. Okay, are banned from 49 blocks, which is basically downtown. Okay. And also the downtown, basically the way has been designed to allow people basically to walk or do something. And also to make this point, and the downtown has a network okay, of pedestrian okay, walkways, okay, uh, connected to bus stations. This is ways here, connected, okay, to bus stations. Okay. And also to mention the other thing, parks, okay, and bicycle path. Okay. Running throughout most of the city. Okay. Now, also the other thing they did for this city, they used the old buses basically, okay, basically as a classroom to train the poor. Okay, especially this point here. Also, the city uses, okay, old buses as a classroom, okay, to train its poor, okay, in basic job skills. Okay. And also they make the other retired buses okay, have become a health clinics. Okay. Continue. I think you can show this one here. Just give me a second. So the other retired buses have become health clinics or also as soup kitchens. Okay. And also on daycare centers. Centers, which is basically all that free as a matter of fact for the low income parents. and daycare centers that are free. Okay, for low income parents. Okay. So in this case, also we find in this case that Cortobas uses less energy. The city here uses less energy per person, okay, than most, of course, to the city comparable of this population, most comparably sized city than most comparably sized cities. Okay, and also at the same time, it also emits lower amount of greenhouse gases, lower amount, okay, of uh, greenhouse gases and other air pollutant. Okay, and other air pollutants. And also at the same time, and less, of course, traffic, congestion, okay, than, of course, most comparably sized cities. Okay. Yeah, just give me 1 second here. This is basically shows you the design of this of the Cordoba city, the Brazil, the buses there, and the design of the some of their landscape. Okay, that's how they did that. Okay. Okay, you finish from this one now? Okay, so basically by this I will end up this section about what you call about the urbanization and what you call the city, either their advantages, disadvantages, and basically also we have the concept what is there basically now most of the city what we're doing for the future cities, okay, to basically try to reduce as much as possible of the in other words, the footprint, okay, of for person or per city from energy and so on. Okay, and then I'm going to move to with you to the other part of your course here. Okay, did you follow this? Okay, I think should be all right. I guess now we're going to move to another part. Basically, we'll talk about now what you call environmental stressors. Okay. This is garbage going to talk about, okay, uh, in general, and to see the impact of these. No. Simply to mention, of course, that environmental stressors, okay, basically these are factors, okay, that can constrain of course, productivity, sorry, productivity, reproductive successes, well, I put it down here is better. Reproductive success, okay, successes, okay, and ecological development. Put it down here, and ecological development, okay. In other words, as a matter of fact, or to mention to some degree, okay, to some degree, as a matter of fact, stressors affect all organisms. Stressors affect all organisms, okay, as well, of course, their population. Okay, as well as their population, also communities, and okay, and you called ecoscapes and escapes. Okay, now as already you know, basically stressor sometimes could be natural or could be as a result of anthropogenic. To make sure this point, now stressors, okay, may be natural, okay, in origin, okay, which is basically being associated, okay, being associated with such environmental factors factors as the following. Okay. One of these, for example, to mention a few here, for example, as competition, okay, predation, okay, disease, okay, and other interaction, and sorry, and other interaction okay, or interactions among organisms. Among organisms, okay. Now also going to make sure this is another page here. Just give me a second, please. Okay. The other thing I want to mention, constraints, also to the other point, going to mention to you here. Okay. Now, constraints or constraints, okay, related to climate, okay, or to inadequate, or to inadequate adequate or excessive, okay, nutrients, okay, moisture or space. Okay, and also we mention other things here, also disturbances, okay, such as, for example, wildfire, wildfires, and windstorms. Okay. But of course, this is some I mentioned about the what you call, it could be what you call like natural in origin. And basically, sometimes the effect of these not all the time negative. Sometimes it could may affect some organism, but it could be benefited others. To mention this point here, the effects of natural stressors. Okay. Stressors, okay, are not always negative. Okay. Some individuals, okay, like some individuals, population, or communities. Population, this is okay, and communities. Okay, may benefit, okay, may benefit from the effects, okay, from the effects, okay, this is effects, okay, from the effects of natural stress, okay, even while others suffers. Okay, suffers. To mention this point here, however, stressors now associated with human activities, as you can see now. Okay. Increasingly are, okay, influencing, okay, species and ecosystem. Okay. Now, I think we finish from this one here. To mention this, okay. Now, also to mention, for example, sometimes the stressor could be short-lived or it could be long. To mention this point, environmental stressor can occur as intense, okay, can occur as intense, okay, short-lived, okay, events of destruction, and this one basically known as disturbance or disturbances. Okay, disturbances. Okay. Of course, on the other hand, or alternatively, okay, stressor, okay, may exert their influence, okay, over an extended period of time. Okay, over an extended period of time. Okay, in this case, we call this is as chronic manner. Okay, that is in a chronic matters. Or chronic manners. Okay. Of course, the interaction between the organism and any these stressor, that what you call, as a matter of fact, which we call as a response. Okay. Now, the interaction of organisms. Okay. With a stressor. Okay. We call it a particular space and time. Of course, it's called a response. Okay. And I'm going to give you some of it that you already know, but at least to have a general view. Now, kinds of stressors. Okay. Of course, we have, for example, physical stress. Okay. Now, basically, this is called, which is basically is a disturbance. Okay, that involves we call it intense exposure. Okay, intense exposure. Okay, to a kinetic energy. Okay, I didn't forget, of course, we need to finish that section. I will let you know, okay? Now, which damages, okay, which damages, of course, habitats and ecosystems. Habitats and systems. For example, this is example. Give you some example like hurricanes, okay, or tornadoes, okay, or called systemic sea wave. Okay, which is basically, this is known as tsunami. Or also, as you know, or volcanic eruption. Okay, or explosion. Okay. The other one, of course, we know, for example, wildfires. Wildfire, and basically, simply to mention that, which is involving, okay, the uncontrolled combustion of the biomass of an ecosystem. Okay, involving the uncontrolled, okay, combustion, okay, of the biomass, okay, of an ecosystem. Okay. An ecosystem. Okay. Then also we have, for example, chemical pollution. okay? Chemical pollution, which is simply basically these include, for example, like pesticides, okay, gases such as sulfur dioxide and ozone. Sorry. Okay. And ozone. These are just example. Basically, to mention which one of these, which one or more, okay, substances, which one or more substances, okay, occur on concentration okay, they occur in concentration high enough okay, to cause potential okay, toxicity, potential toxicity and ecological change okay, in organism. Of course, could be an organism or in its population or habitat. Okay. And also we have basically, okay, like for example, for example, I have maybe you have seen it or not, old picture, especially when in early days in Sudbury when they used to what you call using the burning of these forests and so on, and the sulfur dioxide result, as you can see, all these population of white stump of the pine is all dead, as you can see here, or as this one here. Okay, that of course before what you call the program of free greening and all that started later on. But to give you an example, if we have time, we can discuss that in more detail. Okay. Now, the other thing we talk about, for example, thermal pollution. If you finish from this one, I'm going to put it here. Okay. Thermal pollution. Okay.
Excuse me, I just have a question.
Yes.
So the chemical pollution and thermal pollution, are those kinds of stressors, or are they still under physical stressors?
No, these are kind of stressors.
Okay, so
Yeah.
Wildfires.
Yeah, these are basically
these
are physical one, okay, which occur naturally. This one we'll talk about basically because I talk about what you call physical stressor. I mentioned in the beginning here. If you will just give me a second here, you see this one here?
Yes.
Okay, this one include basically that we include basically as physical stressors. Some example, okay?
Okay.
Now these I mean just what you call listing some of the stressors now.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I'm doing now. Now, this is thermal pollution. Okay, it's caused, of course, by the release of heat or thermal energy. Sorry about that. It's caused, okay, by the release, okay, of heat. Okay, into the environment. Okay, and this basically by doing this, resulting in ecological stress, resulting okay, and ecological stress. Okay, such as, for example, such as hot natural spring, okay, uh, submarine vents, okay, where geologically this occur very deep on the oceans. I'm going to, okay, like this one here, okay, which is known as hydrothermal vents that occur basically deep in the ocean, okay? And of course, but of course, even in an area like this, we have a few organisms, especially kind of bacteria or archaea can survive there, okay? To mention submarine vents, okay, where geologically heated water is emitted. Where geologically heated water is emitted, okay? Now, also we have the other kind known as radiation stress, okay? Now, this is basically caused, of course, as you know, by excessive exposure okay, by excessive exposure to ionizing energy, to ionizing energy, like for example, such as nuclear waste, radiation, okay, or explosion. I mean, of course, nuclear explosion, okay, or X-ray, or solar ultraviolet energy. Okay. And then, of course, we have also a climate stress or climatic stress, which is basically is associated okay, with insufficient or excessive regime of temperature. With insufficient or excessive, okay, regime of or regimes of temperature, depend on the okay anything, or moisture, Okay. Solar radiation, wind, or as a matter of fact, combination of all these? Of all these or all these, okay? Now also we have what you call biological stressors. Okay, which is simply these are basically are associated. Already we talk about a little bit here, which is as these are the natural with interactions. Okay, among organisms. Okay, as already mentioned, for example, like or such as, already you mentioned that, such as, for example, competition. Okay, herbivory. Okay, predation. Okay, or parasitizing, etc. Or parasitism, and also and disease. Because this disease caused by all these microorganisms, bacteria, others, also other fungi, and so on. Now also we have what we call known as biological pollution. Okay. They basically, very simple, for example, can occur, okay, when humans, okay, release organisms, okay, when a human release organism, of course, beyond their natural range. Beyond their natural range. And of course, this is very simply what you call by introducing exotic species, will bring species from one area to another area, and of course that species will able to damage all the native species, whether plant, animal, and so on. Okay, range as in case, okay, of exotic species. Introduction. I mean, of course, when you introduce it in habitat, not their original habitat. Okay. Now, this is just a range of this. Then I still have some time here, basically, talk about what you call contamination and pollution. Okay. Okay. Now, pollution, when we talk about pollution, okay, is basically caused by exposure, okay, to chemicals, okay, or energy, okay, at an intensity okay that exceeds okay that exceeds, of course, the tolerance of organism. The tolerance of organism, okay. And basically, this, of course, only pollution can be done when we see that exactly as whether we have it sometimes, for example, like introduction of gases in the air, or sometimes polluted water to the rivers, all that. But simply once we notice the impact of this, so to mention this, that pollution, to mention this point, that pollution is judged, okay, to occur when toxicity to organisms, okay, or other kind of ecological damage can be demonstrated to organism or other kind of ecological damage can be demonstrated. Okay, I'm just going to write a few lines about this contamination, and then I will end my lecture. For example, now contamination, on the other hand, here, okay, contamination basically refer to those much more common situation. This is basically refers to those, okay, much more common situation, okay, in which potentially okay damaging stressors, okay, are present in the environment, okay, but at intensity, but at intensities too low to cause damage. Okay. I think by this, I will try to stop my lecture here at the moment. And I'm going to meet you again today, hopefully by 1 o'clock. Should be okay to touch about your what already have done. And already for those who came late, I think already we agreed that okay with everyone that your midterm test is going to be basically on a Friday, March the 5th. Okay, to those people. So as we have mentioned that your midterm test is going to be on March, Friday the 5th, March 5th, which is going to be Friday. Okay. Any question or any suggestion or anything else, please? Okay, then I guess I'm going to end the session at the moment and wish you all good luck, I guess. And we'll talk to you later. Okay?
you.
You're welcome. Take care. Bye-bye.